Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's been a while since you've seen me. My last video was, let's see, 5 years ago when I was 19 years old filming in my college dorm. But a lot has changed now. I'm no longer in college and I'm now 24 years old. And I have learned a lot of life lessons since then for sure. So I thought this would be a great video to do is what I've learned at 24 years old. So I have put together 4 life lessons that I want to share with you that I have learned at 24. Okay, number 1, it takes time to move up in the workforce. I was fortunate enough to get a job right after college, and I was like gung-ho. I was very confident, and like I had a lot to learn, so that was really good for me. Like I was like so set on learning everything, and it was really fun. It was really exciting. But eventually, after like a year, there's less challenges for me, and I've learned a lot more. So I became very anxious and very like, I'm just like, okay, I'm ready for the next thing. Like, when is it happening? But I've learned that it takes about 2 3 years to like get that experience in and like to get the next level of job. Like, people aren't gonna hire you without that really concrete experience, and especially if you got a degree like me in communications, like that's really important. So like just don't be anxious, like be patient, and those lessons are gonna carry you like for a really long time. It's gonna really look good on your resume. I've learned to really appreciate my job more and ask for maybe more things to do, to be more challenged, and I have learned a lot more things now, and I'm much happier that I've asked for more work. And I think all that extra experience it's gonna really look good on my resume and really take me to the next level for my next job. So be patient, don't be anxious, and just appreciate what you have. And you never know what that could take you and who you could network with, because that's really important. Number 2, save. Like, that's so important. Like, when I got my first big girl paycheck, I was so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, this money is all mine. Like, what's the first thing I can spend on? And that's actually what I did. I like, whatever popped to my head I wanted, I spent it on something. And well, I didn't spend my whole paycheck, but I got what I want. I got something that I really wanted really badly. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you can't do that all the time. Like, you have to, like, you need to take, like, live in a budget. Like, I think it's 20% that goes to your savings out of your paycheck. Like, that's like, you need to try to live that way. Like, okay, I mean, I'm not saying you have to, that's just my opinion. Like, that's something I'm really working on, is to take a little bit aside and put it in my savings, because you never know on a rainy day when you need that money, or when if your car breaks down and you need something to repair it with. So that's what I really have learned this year, and it's been tough, um, especially if you have debts and you have loans. And I've really learned that just because you have a credit card doesn't mean you have to run it up. You have to pay it off every month, build that credit, because in the long run, like, that's how you're gonna get a car, a house, like anything you need in life, is to make your credit really good and to make sure you have savings. Because when life gets harder, or when you get a family, or if you want to travel later in life, like, these lessons will carry you and make you a better adult and a better saver, and have a better understanding of money in general. And that's something that I've been working on, and it's really good for me that I made some mistakes, but now I know better. Number 3. Okay, so number 3, relationships are hard. Oh, so I'm like a huge rom-com type of girl. I'm a hopeless romantic. I just love. Like, I don't know, I guess I just, all the movies you watch, it just sounds so amazing, and you have someone to like cuddle with and like hang out with and everything. But it's not a walk in the park at all. It's very hard. You have to make some compromises. You have to, it's just sometimes not always gonna work either. Like, I've, gone through some heartbreak, and it was really hard, but I've also learned a lot about the other person. I learned a lot about myself. Like there are some things that I didn't, you know, some qualities in me that I didn't know I had and that I had to work on, and it was an eye opener for me. But I also learned, you know, what I need as well, and and you know, it's been really, I mean, it's been good, but it's, you know, it's not easy. So, you know, date, you know, have some fun, do whatever you want with that, but also know that, you know, it'll take some growing, and it'll take some time to really get a really like good foundation in a relationship. Number four, this is my, I think this is the number one thing for me, is take time for fun. Like, don't be like, I honestly, I stressed out so much about my work, like my weight, or I don't know, like everything really. I stressed out about too much stuff. And when I graduated college, I just worked. I got home at 4, I ate dinner, I watched Netflix, and I went to bed, and I just started over again. And I didn't take time for myself or my family, or just time to have some fun. And to, you know, I just let that, all that stress, I just let it like, I just let it get, you know, get higher and higher, and there was little no fun to like balance that out. Like you need to balance your life with some really good moments in your life. You don't have to like spend a lot of money or anything. You could just take a walk with your dog, or you know, have a reading list that you want to finish in a year, or just, or you could, you know, go to a concert or whatever. Or if you really want to go to Europe, do it. Like save up and do it. Like take, you know, take some time. You're young. Like, I mean, I'm 24, and I'm realizing that I need to I need to like get my bucket list checked off here. Like it doesn't have to be anything, you know, huge. Just small things that I could do that'll really make me happy, and it'll really balance my life. And that's one of the things that I really learned makes your life so much easier and just so much happier. Like when things, you know, get thrown at me and I get stressed out, as long as I have, you know, an outlet to have, like I can handle that better, and I'm just a happier person. So that's my number one thing for me, and I hopefully uh, that my tips here can help you. And if it did, give it a thumbs up. If you can relate, or you know have any other tips you can give me, comment down below, and also let me know what you want to see in the next video. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. All right, bye.